Presidencial en Estados Unidos y los candidatos republicanos. Faltos de carisma, de argumentos sólidos y obviamente con una línea ideológica muy de derecha, veamos algunos segmentos que revelan la pobreza discursiva de los precandidatos republicanos.
Damos inicio a nuestra cobertura de Voto Latino 2012, un proceso que nos llevará hasta las elecciones generales de noviembre en Estados Unidos.
Escuchamos el problema de Rick Perry, que fue el tener problemas para identificar cuáles eran las dependencias que iba a anular si llegaba a la presidencia, no se acordaba.
And I will tell you, it's 3 agencies of government when I get there that are gone. Commerce, education, and the, what's the third one there? Let's see.
You need 5.
Oh, 5, okay. So commerce, education, and
you can't name the third one?
The third agency of government, yeah. I would do away with the education, commerce, and let's see. I can't. The third one I can't. Sorry. Oops.
Algo similar le pasó a Kane, pero sí, bueno, con el tema de Libia.
Él tenía otros problemas.
Exacto, él tenía otros problemas.
Do you agree with President Obama on Libya or not?
Okay, Libya. President Obama supported the uprising, correct? President Obama called for the removal of Gaddafi. Just want to make sure we're talking about the same thing before I say, yes, I agreed, no, I didn't agree. I do not agree with the way he handled it for the following reason. No, that's a different one. See, I got to go back. See, got all this stuff twirling around in my head.
Waterboarding constitutes torture, or is it an enhanced interrogation technique?
I would return to that policy. I don't see it as torture. I see it as an enhanced interrogation technique.
If I were president, I would be willing to use waterboarding. I think it was very effective. It gained information for our country. We have no jail for them. We have nowhere to take them.
La precandidata a la presidencia por el Partido Republicano, Michelle Bachmann, ha afirmado que el huracán Irene es un mensaje de Dios para que se recorte el gasto público.
Our immigration law worked beautifully back in the 1950s up until the early 1960s, when people had to demonstrate that they had money in their pocket, they had no contagious diseases, they weren't a felon, they had to agree to learn to speak the English language, they had to learn American history and the Constitution, and the one thing they had to promise is that they would not become a burden on the American taxpayer.
Hoy nos enteramos que la precandidata Michelle Bachmann se bajó de la pelea electoral tras haber obtenido un magro 5% en la asamblea partidista en Iowa. Sigamos y finalicemos con este tramo que es representativo de los valores del Partido Republicano.
You're a physician, Ron Paul, so you're a doctor. You know something about this subject. Let me ask you this hypothetical question. A healthy 30-year-old young man has a good job, makes a good living, but decides, you know what, I'm not going to spend $200 or $300 a month for health insurance because I'm healthy, I don't need it. But, you know, something terrible happens, all of a sudden he needs it. Who's going to pay for if he goes into a coma, for example? Who pays for that?
In a society that you accept welfareism and socialism, he expects the government to take care of it.
What do you want?
But what he should do is whatever he wants to do and assume responsibility for himself. My advice to him would have a major medical policy, but not before.
But he doesn't have that. He doesn't have it, and he needs intensive care for 6 months. Who pays?
That's what freedom is all about, taking your own risks. This whole idea that you have to prepare and take care of everybody.
But Congressman, are you saying the society should just let him die?
No.